So what is the Maven? So Maven is open source build tool which help in project management, mainly in Java project. Then Maven is licensed under Apache, okay, written in Java and C programming language. Next, Apache Maven is a tool which is used to build and manage any Java-based project. Okay, so what is the Maven? Maven is an open source build tool. Okay, so mainly used for Java. Okay, now in the real-time scenario in our project, then all that an Apache Maven needs is the project configuration details, project dependency, XML file, etc. So what is the meaning? So depend upon the your project configuration. What it does, it builds the Java project. Means suppose developers are working in a Java project and they want to run a project, okay, in the real-time scenario. So what they do, they write the code and in that they write down the configuration, dependencies, all this one. And for every project, there is a configuration file. Okay. For example, there is a Java project and they are using the Maven tool. Their configuration mainly files are in the pom.xml. Okay, POM that we will see in details. Okay. So here so what it does, it reads all the configuration file, whatever the developers write the configuration in his project. So he reads all the configuration, his project dependencies, XML, all this, and it builds accordingly, and the final output will be jar. And that jar we used to run, then our application will run. Okay, and we can see the final output. Then next point, Apache Maven uses the project object model, which contains all this required information, which helps in management and documentation of project. Okay, so it contains, as I shared that, so in a Java-based project, if developers are using the Maven build tool there, so there is it generates the pom.xml project object model, which contains all this required information, which helps in management and documentation of project. All the configuration and details are configured in this pom.xml file. Okay. So you will realize that in DevOps, this is very important in your project. If there is Java-based microservices, so this pom.xml is very important, and you have developer as well as you have to work for this. So while developing a project, we may need many jar files and different libraries which will need to import in a project. Of the jar and libraries we can easily download and install from the Apache Maven. So meaning that when we build the project, it reads the pom.file, whatever the external dependencies our developer are mentioned in the pom.xml or in his project. So while building, it download from the internet or Apache Maven site if libraries are present on site. Okay. Then what is the POM? So as I said you, this is a very important file, okay, for Java-based microservice. So in pom.xml, we have the different life cycle phases, Maven goals. Okay, so these are the some keyword, some terminology we have to understand in the Maven. So POM consists of a configuration file of a project with various essential information. So pom.xml is nothing but just a configuration file which contains all the project information which developers adds. Okay, or sometime we have to add. Means what? Means at DevOps side, which information is added. So here I can say that just one. I can say that if you want to add if you want to integrate Sonar Cube, or if you want to add any GitHub, Sonar Cube, any other DevOps tools, and you have to add some plugins or configuration file in the pom.xml in Java based project. So you will directly add into the pom.xml file. Okay, and it reads and builds the project. So like this, so developer as well as DevOps senior also work with the POM file. So POM has very life cycle or phases. So when we build the code using the Maven, so there are commands. Okay, like to build the project using the Maven. So command is maven build, that we will later see. But that command we can say is at a goals. Means using the Maven goal, what we want to achieve. Okay, so that we can achieve using the Maven commands, and that we call it as a phases and goals. So in Maven, when we run command Maven, we request to execute a cycle. Okay, when we run the command, it means a cycle, what we want to achieve. So this cycle consists of sequence of build life cycle, which also includes a sequence of build phase with an appropriate sequence of goal for each. So these are the means we can achieve these phases and goals using the Maven command. So next is the build profile. So what is the meaning? So as a project development can be done on any specific profile, such as a small scale or large scale. For example, if some college student want to develop a small project on their local system and can perform basic developing and testing in that project, this can be a one profile. Okay. So next, Maven has some standard plugins which we can use in our Java project development whenever it is needed. Then sometimes while developing the project, we need some extra set of goals into build phase, which are not described by the Maven build phase and goals. So we can use build plugins or insert extra goals. So all the dependencies, plugins, information we can add in the pom.xml file depending upon the project requirement. So in the real-time scenario, there is a very for enterprise application. So there is a very big pom.xml file which developers add, and also DevOps senior also he has to add here. Okay, so later, so coming session we will interact with this pom.xml file. So just only you have to understand all this concept. So here, so for what is the first goal? First goal of a Maven execution is to check out the dependencies which is needed in our project. Then Maven has to download dependencies from a central repository if they are not present in the local repository, whereas a local repository is just normal directory in our own local system. Okay. So here, for every Maven, we have the phases and goals, then build profile, then build plugin and dependency. So these are the contents are present in the pom.xml file project object model. So what it does when we run the any lifecycle command, okay, using this Maven command. So what it does reads the pom.xml file. Maven downloads all the dependencies required into a local repository. Then it executes Maven build lifecycle. Then for it build phases and goals for execution. Then Maven execute the plugin. So these are the sequence when we run the any Maven command. So in interview, these interview questions are fixed. Okay, so like I will tell you. So these are the common question in interview, like what is Maven? Then Maven life cycle. Maven build phases, and then what is the form? Okay, these are the fixed question in interview. Okay. So if you go to the official site, Maven, this is Apache project. So this is just overview. Okay. Then for more information, if you want to read about this, you can visit this Apache official site. Here all is mentioned. So let's go to here pages. Here you can see the Maven plugins. There are multi plugins are present. So depending upon project requirement, we can use this one. And here is also mentioned. So this is look like a form.xml file. There, here we can add the all the plugins or dependencies, project dependencies. Okay, here is some if you want to any repository. So it start from the repository, then repository. This is the one repository. In repository, there is a one more snapshot like this. So sometimes developer sends to you that to add the plugins. Okay, and sometimes we have to add. So suppose if you want to integrate any tool with your project, so you have to add here. So for every project, Java based project, there is a group ID, abstract ID, version, packaging, all the project information is there when we build our project. And Java based project, when we build, we can generate either jar or war file. Can we check here my web pages? See, these are the life cycle. Means these are the commands. Life cycle, nothing but the commands. And using these command, what we want to achieve. So these are the life cycle commands like Maven. So how we can use in the real time scenario? Maven validator, Maven compile, MUN test. Short form is MUN, MUN test, MUN package, verify, install, deploy. Okay, like this we can use this command. MUN verify. So what it does, this command execute each default life cycle page in order, validate, compile, package. Before executing verify, you only need to call the last build phase to be executed. Okay, this is the introduction. So for every phase, there is a detailed explanation on the Maven official site. You can go here and you can read more about this. Okay. So if you want to download any plugins, so then you can add here, okay, like this. So this is all about the Maven build lifecycle, Maven pages, goals, you can call it as. Okay. These are the life cycle. So you can read more about the what is difference between the goal pages difference. Okay, so goals are only compile, package, test, and life cycle pages are these are the life cycle pages. Goals are only 3. So okay, you can read more about on the internet. So now next we have the Jenkins instance ready. Then we will install the Maven on the Jenkins instance. So first let's check Maven latest version. Maven. Let's visit the official site, and current version is 3.8.6. So here go to the temp directory. Let's download it here. So I have the command so to download the 6.3. In tar.gz. Let's download the latest version. This here we have to copy here and right click and copy link. And to download on the Ubuntu command is wget. Then right copy the link. Download it. Paste here. Then we have to extract this Maven into the OPT directory. So tar except means to extract this tar file into the -c means copy, extract the tar file and copy to OPT. Let's check in OPT. Here we have a setup. Let's check once. Then next we have to create a soft link for further update. Means if you do the while doing this soft link to original setup to the OPT Maven. So means what it does, it just do the soft link into the OPT Maven. When there is a next update, it download latest update here. You have the soft link. So why do soft link? There is a one more concept. So always, if you want to keep your if you want to latest updates whenever there is available on the Apache side, so it download here, and we should not directly use this directory in your project. So So another solution is we have to create a soft link with the other folder. So directly next time it will download here and it will do link here. So using the soft link and hard link, you can read more about the internet. Okay, then you will understand. So here we have done soft link to the Maven directory. Then now we will configure this Maven or setting up the Maven directory home. Okay. Like this, we have to set Java home directory. So in Maven also we have to set Maven home. So these are the command to setting up the Maven. Maven environment variable. Means we have to set the where is our Maven setup is located. So always we set up environment variable in the etc profile.d. And also here and command is to set up the any environment variable. We have to use this export. Like for Java home, command is Java underscore home. For Maven, Maven underscore home, and these are the additional parameters. So for Java home, let's verify the where is our Java is installed. So let's verify whether it is in user list. And the Java version is our OpenJDK. We have installed OpenJDK. Let's verify the being our this version. Then to copy the directory, we can use pwd command. Means present working directory. Copy this path. Paste here. Then open the create a maven.sh script. Okay, in etc profile.d maven.sh. And copy all this value. Let's save this. Then next, we have added the created the maven.sh file, and we have added this Java home, then Maven home, and these are the additional parameters. Export path, Maven home, in all this one. Beneath the configuration file. Now next, we have to give the executable permission to this maven.sh file. To load the Maven, to load the environment variable, there is a command. Command is source. Then this path. Now let's check the Maven version. The command is mvn-. Okay. Now we can see here Maven version is 3.8.6. So we have here install and configure Maven on the Jenkins instance.